Welcome back. You're watching the breaking news show right here on CNN News 18. We're taking you right now to a story playing out in Kerala where a CPIM leader, an MLA, KT Jalil, has slammed the Thalassery bishop for a statement he's made around the BJP. The bishop had made a controversial statement in which he'd assured votes for the BJP in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls if the centre raised the rubber support price to 300 rupees per kilogram. Now, the LDF MLA has responded to the statement. He said that it seems like 300 rupees are like 30 silver coins under the Modi government. Now, my colleague Neetu Regukumar brings us context on this story. Neetu, for our viewers to understand this story, specifically for viewers from across the country, can you first provide us with context to Kerala's rubber story? I know that there's been a massive fall in the last few months in the price of local rubber, but can you tell us about the plight of rubber farmers across the state and then tell us about the politics that is playing out around it?
See, because of the falling prices, the rubber farmers are having a very tough time and they have been raising several protests. They have been asking the central government as well as the state government to do something for them. And this is not a new issue that the rubber farmers are facing. They have been raising this for quite some time. Now, during a rubber farmers protest under the Catholic Congress, Archbishop of Thalassery, Mar Joseph Pamplani, has made this statement saying that if you increase the price of rubber to 300 rupees, if the central government does that, we are ready to vote for you. And you are sad that you don't even have a single MP from here. We will change that. That is, the farmers will change that. This is what the Archbishop had said. And right after that, there have been several political comments coming in from the left front as well as the Congress. Now, KT Jalil, who's an independent MLA supported by the LDF, he was a minister in the last Pinarayi Vijayan government's cabinet also. Now, he has put out this statement in his Facebook post saying, linking it with Judas and the 30 pieces of silver and saying that shouldn't you have had to go and collect this cash? So the CPM as well as the Congress, when they have been reacting on this, they have been raising the attack on minority community, or especially the Christians, by the Sangh Parivar and the Sangh Parivar organizations, and the protest they held in Jantar Mantar in last February.
Can you just tell us more about the rubber story now, Neetu? I know that after coconuts, rubber is the state's most important cash crop. But give us more context about this price question that we're talking about right now.
See, as we are saying that right now the prices have fallen to about 120 or so is what the farmers are saying. They are having a crunch, and in his speech itself, the bishop has said that the export is being done at about roughly about 108. I'm sorry, the import is being done at about 180. The import of rubber. So they're collecting from the farmers here at about 120, and the import is happening at about 180 rupees. This is to keep the prices in the country in check. So the farmers are at a disadvantage. So these are the things which they want the center to the ASEAN agreements. All this is what they have been raising, and they want the center to relook into this and to make sure that the farmers here get the price.
Okay, and can you just tell us, because you were talking about the 2010 ASEAN-India free trade area, tell us a little bit more about what the centre has had to say about this entire issue, please?
See, we heard the MOS V. Muralidharan the other day after the bishop's statement coming out and reacting that this is something which has to be discussed at the government level, and they are doing everything that they possibly can to change the situation. But this is something which Centre has been saying for quite some time, and the farmers have not got any respite from this. So they say that this is their this is like a last step, which they are saying that they're trying to put forth as an electoral force, saying that do this for us, we'll give you votes.
Okay. And Neetu, can you just tell us, because something you've pointed out in the past is that the BJP's footprint in the state when it comes to the government itself is not very large. Are the LDF and the UDF united on this?
See, both the LDF as well as the UDF, the LDF led by the CPM as well as the UDF led by the Congress, both of them are saying that this is something which will not work in Kerala, what one bishop is saying, because the Christians here know what's the situation. They just point out to what has happened, the protest that has happened at Jantar Mantar. And they say that, yes, this is a problem which the center should take into consideration. The center is responsible for the plight of the rubber farmers in the state, and they said that time and again they have given several representations to the central government, but nothing has come helping the farmers in this particular case. So definitely they turning their guns against the center, saying the center should solve this issue for the farmers, for the rubber farmers, because they cannot do much in this, because this is an international trade agreement, and import of rubber is also a major problem which these farmers here are facing.
Okay, Neetu, just stay with us on the phone. Tom Vadakan from the BJP is with us right now, and I want to take these questions to him. Tom, good morning. Thank you for joining us here on CNN News 18. Tom, before we even go into what the LDF MLA has had to say about the bishop's statement, I want to take to you what the farmers' plight is. Tom, we've heard again and again from our reporters that essentially what farmers are saying is they're saying that the centre's policy of import of rubber has led to a massive fall in the price of local rubber across the state, and farmers aren't receiving enough support from the rubber board. This is something they say they've brought up multiple times, but farmers are being turned a deaf ear to. Now, we've heard the Indian government say it cares greatly about our farmers. Why then are we seeing this discrepancy?
Well, this is not something that the BJP government has got involved in. This is an agreement that the Manmohan Singh government signed and with the WTO. These are matters we are anxious to solve, all problems connected with the farmers, especially on the MSP. This is work in progress. Now, the problem with the MLAs and the CPM and the Congress is they are rattled. Now, they are worried because, you see, after all, the Christian community is, they are talking about farmers. The Archbishop was addressing the farmers at that juncture. It was not a diocese meeting per se. Now, and in which he has asked for something. Now, the freedom of expression of the laity or the bishops or the archbishops is being questioned.
Right.
When
so,
they
one
make
second.
a statement,
Sir, one sec. We'll get to the statement of the bishop in just a second. But I want to talk about what you just said, which is that this was because of the Manmohan Singh government. You're talking about the 2010 ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement, and you're correct in saying that this is right at the center of this. However, the BJP has been in power since 2014, sir. And this is a central policy we're talking about. If the government is working on it, why haven't rubber farmers on the ground seen changes?
Well, you're right. About the timing. The point here is the issue has come up. The government is, this is before the government, and the government will take some positions on it. And we have welcomed the statement at this juncture. And we believe that this matter could be addressed. We will look into it, and a solution will be found.
Okay.
But at the same time, trying to put the Archbishop on trial by saying that, comparing him with what have you, and characters from the Bible, I think Jalil is doing disservice to the community.
Sure.
An archbishop and to be compared with 30 coins or whatever he says, silver coins, is essentially indicating something which is antichrist.
Okay, Mr.
So
Vadakan,
these are
it will be exciting to see the centre hopefully take a move on this and help rubber farmers in the state. Again, remember, rubber is the second most important cash crop in the state of Kerala, right after coconuts. So this is a